Alrighty, so about 2.5 minutes here. Super excited about this. I thank everybody for jumping in. I've been contemplating what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to stick with the Rams just because it's our first time running through this, and I want to focus on just commenting and being able to just focus on the drafts and whatnot, and not having to think about making a trade or everything that I've got to do. So for those that don't know, yeah, we got 21 GMs in here right now, technically 20 with me kind of technically bowing out. Maybe I'll try to, I'm the Rams. I can't trade in. Who could I pick? I don't know. I don't feel like looking it up. But I'm going to go into the draft room here. We're going to get in here. We'll use the default rankings and whatnot. For those that don't know, this is a new site, and it gives us the opportunity to do what I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time, which is a group mock. And if you are in my mock draft Facebook group, we've done group mocks and everything, and it's a nightmare. And this is what we need. I got the nice Packers see-through hoodie on, so this is nice. But I'm super excited. Now, I'm sure there are going to be some people who do stupid stuff, and they're going to draft a punter or whatever. It's a trade-off, right? But it still should be a lot of fun. It's the first time running through. I got to get rid of this. There we go. Don't need that anymore. So I just set the minute timer because I want to try to get through this as quickly as possible. That's going to put some stress on people that have never used this before, not really knowing how the trades and all that stuff work. But again, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Again, it's not bots. It's real, actual people, mostly fans that are able to make picks for their teams, make trades, do all this kind of cool stuff. And it just is going to have more of a realistic feel to it. And I'm going to do my best to be, Mel Kiper or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to try to be Mel Kiper. I don't care about Mel Kiper. But I don't know. I'm super excited. I'm going to pull up a couple resources for myself here so I kind of sound halfway competent. What do I need? Let's do this. And let's do this. Let's get rid of these things that I don't need. Yes, log in. That'd be great. So we got 16 seconds, and the Jaguars and AJJ are on the clock, man. Super excited. I'm assuming the trades are pouring in. If you're watching and you're also in this room, you can offer a trade. You can look right over here. This button here is where you offer a trade, pick the team and all that stuff, and that's how you do that. You can add to your queue. That'll end up going right over here. So here's the guys that you can pick from. The Jaguars are officially on the clock. I would encourage you to wait and see if any trade offers come in, although who really cares? Hopefully AJ is in the room right now. That's another thing that may not exactly happen, but again, that's a perk of only doing a 1-minute timer. Otherwise, we should be getting a pick relatively soon. That's another thing, too, is, and again, I didn't have a way to communicate with all the people in here. Make sure you set text alerts. You can set it up where it texts your phone when it's getting to be time, because I can understand. I set this up at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and people will sign up and be like, yeah, I want to do it, and they just, oh, shoot, I forgot about that thing. Especially when you get the first pick, it's like, oh, shoot. But obviously the pick here is Trevor Lawrence. If he does not make the pick, the bot will come in, I'm sure, and do the right thing. And that will be that. Oh, I am at pick 25, although... live reaction, and you can see that going up, so everybody liked that. And I think I can go back somewhere here. Maybe not. I don't know. I thought there was a way somewhere to kind of hover over and see what the live reactions were. I thought I could do it on my phone. I don't know why I can't see it here. So there's that. I don't know what else to tell you, but anyways, getting back to the actual draft thing, now that we're in it, and again, we got Jonathan here, hopefully is around. We got Penei Sewell. We got a couple quarterbacks to choose from. I believe the computer likes to, well, I guess I won't give it away, but I think I know who the computer likes to pick. Otherwise, Jonathan is on the clock, and the pick is coming in rapid fire. I dig this, man. All right, so Justin Fields, I don't think that's who, maybe that is who the bot usually takes. I thought it was Zach Wilson, so maybe Jonathan is in the house, and that was his pick. I don't exactly know. Also, I think if you just hit the add to queue, that'll be when the time runs out, that'll be your pick. Otherwise, you can just hit. There's like a little mail, like it looks like an envelope button, and that'll send you right to it. But we got Lawrence on the clock. He's got 2 picks in this draft with the Miami Dolphins. I know that they don't like to take Penei Sewell here, so we'll know if Lawrence is here relatively quickly because Penei Sewell will fall through. And again, I don't want to give it away, but I'm really hoping somebody makes a pick pretty soon here. Face for that one. So that was definitely a bot pick. So I don't know if any of these guys have shown up or if they missed their thing or what's going on exactly, but it looks like these are mostly computer picks. Gary is on the clock. Hopefully Gary's in the house here and we get a pick one of these days from an actual human being, which is what we spent all this time doing. But anyways, for the Atlanta Falcons now, so first of all, this is a great spot for anybody that wanted to offer a trade to do so. Obviously, if Gary's not here, he can't accept it. But if you are in the room and you have one of these picks, you want a quarterback, especially Zach Wilson, Penei Sewell, absolutely be making trades to Gary. There you go. I think the leadership has just come out talking in favor of the quarterback. Gary is officially in the house, decided to stay put. I don't know if he got any trade offers, but and I do hope Michael is in the room also because this is just an unbelievable. Oh, it looks like we got a trade here. Grant moved up with Michael, so we've got the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers make a pick. I'm going to give a smiley. I'm shocked that Carolina decided to move back with Penei Sewell on the board. I feel like they're going to lose out on him, so I don't know from their perspective that I would do that. I don't know what the compensation was. I don't know if I have a way to look that up. That would be very cool. I know the owners of the site are watching. It'd be a cool feature to be able to check that out. But definitely, I'm fine with it from the Carolina Panthers standpoint. When you've got Trey, and that's the other thing, Trey Lance. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Zach Wilson just went. So Trey Lance was kind of a need, and when you've got the Lions on the board and you've got the Broncos and everything, it's definitely a big need. So they wanted to move up. I'm just shocked that the Bengals decided to move back. We'll see if Penei Sewell falls or not. The Eagles are now on the clock, and it's either probably a wide receiver or linebacker. We got the votes rolling in, and it looks like in the comments section, Lawrence, I guess, it says Max Gamer here, but he says Jamar Chase is who he picked, so good. I'm glad. I really thought this was his computer doing all the picking. Not a bad pick by any stretch of the imagination. I'm a little surprised, but I do know that a lot of Dolphins fans do not like Penei Sewell because you just got 2 tackles. I'm glad that it was a human being making the pick. For the Eagles, it's always either wide receiver or it's going to be a linebacker. With Jamar Chase off the board, that means it's either probably Devontae Smith or Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons obviously going to be a great addition. Now, with the Lions on the board, I don't know exactly what you do, but I just have a hard time letting Penei Sewell walk here. We'll see what they do in 3 seconds. Just one round, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. I want some I'm just going to give the shocked face on that one. I love the idea from the Lions standpoint of having the pairing of Kenny Golladay and Devontae Smith. This is brilliant. This is unbelievable. Wow. So they trade back, get some kind of compensation. Maybe it's in the comments section what the compensation was. Let me know what you got offered, but that's amazing. So you trade back and get Penei Sewell at pick 8. The Lions let him slide. The Eagles let him slide. Everybody let him slide. That's awesome. That's absolutely brilliant. Again, from the Lions standpoint, I love Devontae Smith. You do need some defensive help, so I'm sure you're going to get beat up in the comments section for that. But fantastic for the Bengals. With the Broncos on the clock, I think Patrick Surtain. So, I mean, they need a lot of things. If there was a quarterback there, I think that would have been an option. Cornerback is certainly an option. Even edge rusher seems to be very popular, especially with Von Miller getting into trouble and everything else. So it's kind of one of those things. It's best player available minus a couple positions, and I think corner is up there. I know Dallas fans really like cornerback here. I don't see some fantastic options. Edge rusher Gregory Rousseau is not a terrible option. I know you've got a great pass rusher, but it's similar to what the Lions did, getting two guys to pair up to get a great duo. You've got the duo option. Kyle Pitts, obviously, it would just add to the offensive weapons you got. So, good amount of options here, I suppose. We'll see what the Dallas Cowboys and Hooves decide to do. So like I said, I know that getting another corner, Dallas is excited about their young corner. Diggs, I think, is who the guy, blanking on his name. I'm pretty sure you got Diggs. So it's not that they don't like him, but it's just getting that second corner outside. So I think for the Giants, it's either going to be Jalen Waddle or Kyle Pitts, who's still sitting there. San Francisco now is a bot, so if anybody wants to trade up, now's a great opportunity. They do tend to be a little stingy. You gotta offer up quite a bit, but if there's somebody there that you want, now would be a good time. I don't know exactly what that would be, but Jalen Waddle or Kyle Pitts, I think, make a lot of sense for the Giants. And again, Dallas getting that duo at corner, that seems to be a real popular option. Not super top of the board, but it's not a massive, ridiculous stretch by any stretch of the imagination. San Francisco, I'm trying to think what exactly the bots would be doing in this spot. I've seen some people suggest getting Kyle Pitts to get a double tight end thing. I think that's a little crazy. Rousseau to get another edge rusher, I suppose, is always an option. We'll see what they do. So I don't know where he ranked on this board. I know for my board he's kind of early second round pick, so I didn't really expect that to happen, but obviously it makes a ton of sense. I think PFF had him as like their highest graded quarterback for the year, and with all the talk about them shipping Jimmy Garoppolo off, it makes a ton of sense if you like the guy, and it's a quarterback friendly system. Like that one. Ooh, did I just like that twice, or was that somebody else? So Darisaw is a fantastic pick for the Chargers. They got to be super excited that he fell to him right here. I got a little bit of an insight here. The Cowboys GM said that he tried so desperately to trade up for Sewell, but got rejected both times, which makes sense. It is surprising to see him fall, but yeah, Darisaw, the Chargers are similar to the Bengals in that they just desperately need some offensive line help. Just help your quarterback. I mean, he was really, really promising. In his rookie year, you get him a better offensive line, a younger offensive line, maybe a couple more weapons. That needs to be the focus. The Vikings now, I think Rousseau, again, another fantastic option. Kyle Pitts, probably not so much. Rashawn Slater is definitely an option. Kwity Paye is an option. J.C. Horn is a fantastic option. They got plenty of options here. So the Vikings are kind of a perennial team. I think their offensive line is getting better, so I think some people are a little knee-jerk, but they definitely need more help. I'm kind of curious what's going to happen with the quarterback situation. I've always said I think that their quarterback is underrated, but you are a team that likes to run the ball a lot. You've got one of the better running backs in all of football. You've got all these things in place. You got to upgrade your offensive line, so Rashawn Slater, obviously, fantastic option. The Patriots, man, oh man, I don't know. I mean, so Kyle Pitts usually goes here. Every mock draft I've done, even whether it's me personally or whether we do a poll here. shocked face. I don't, obviously I'm not mad at it. I've just never seen that before. Generally speaking, it's an automatic Kyle Pitts addition right there. Every single one of them. And then I get, this is awesome. So that's a no-brainer pick. Arizona, similar to San Francisco, actually, although they took a quarterback, is super desperate for corners. They've got a bunch of guys that are leaving. Again, the Kyle Pitts thing with the Patriots is just something that automatically happens. I've never actually considered it. The only one that's going to be really mad is Cleveland, because usually JOK falls to Cleveland. He's clearly not going to here. Again, Raiders back on the clock, so I get a half a second to breathe here. I do love the pace of this, and it gives me hope that we're going to be able to do, I mean, we could do a 2-round, 3-round, whatever. I would love to do a 7-round someday just to get a group of people here to do that. I'm loving every second of this. But we've only got 10 seconds left. Obviously, no trades have been accepted by the Raiders. The Raiders will make a pick. Anything is an option, in my opinion, for the Raiders here, except ETN. I'll go shocked face on that. That was another thing that, I mean, look, from a value standpoint, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? It's similar to Penei Sewell falling. It's like, I don't care if you need him or not. But it is, I mean, I said Travis Etienne is the one thing they don't need. But I guess when you factor in the way the Raiders play, I'm going to speak as though the bot was being rational here. They do play a lot of big boy football. So having two talented tight ends on your team, we'll just leave it at that. That'll work. Lawrence back on the clock, the clackety clock with the Miami Dolphins. They took last time Jamar Chase, so they got a weapon for their quarterback. We'll see if they attack the defensive side of the ball or continue to help their quarterback with this pick. Vera Tucker is my guess. So obviously the plan is clear, and I don't hate it. The only question is who's your quarterback going to be. But I mean, if you're assuming we're keeping Tua, yeah, I mean just get the guy some help. So you went out and got a fantastic wide receiver option. Now you get a super talented running back. The defense, I mentioned getting defensive help, not necessarily because you need it, although I think you could add some pieces to it. It was a stingy defense. But yeah, I just think that was we got a trade. I believe, yeah, the Bengals have traded up now so they must have come up from the second round and gave away everything that they have to get up to pick 19. So kudos to the Bengals. All right, what are we doing here? They wanted to come way up. Why? It might be Elijah Vera Tucker. That could possibly what they're doing to get, but why would you trade all the way up to get an interior offensive lineman? Granted, it's just edge rusher possibly. I'll say it's outside of the realm of reality, depending on the compensation. I guess I don't know, but I mean, it would have been an early second round, but still, I mean, that maybe an additional first and probably then some. But at least it was an edge rusher, right? If it was an interior offensive lineman, I would have been kind of disappointed. But I mean, that's a critical piece, and you've gone out and you've got and you've got a great quarterback. Now you protected your quarterback. Let's quit messing around and get some serious cornerstone pieces. They got a piece right there. Chicago on the clock. Quarterback does not seem to be an option unless they're going to go Trask. Otherwise, the primary thing you tend to see are wide receiver and offensive line. Sam Cosmi right here would make a decent amount of sense. Otherwise, Rondale Moore, Alex Leatherwood, etc. We'll see what. So it's definitely a preference thing. I had mentioned how Rondale Moore is there, but Rondale Moore at 5'9", 174 is a specific kind of wide receiver that certain guys want. And I think with the Bears already having a slot guy, Rashad Bateman probably does make a bit more sense for them to be the Allen Robinson replacement, considering he's probably not coming back. Obviously, quarterback would be nice, but the Bears are in such a terrible spot where they are. They need a quarterback, but they're just kind of in no man's land. It's too early for Mack and Trask. It's too late for the other guys that are up on top. So it's kind of tough. For the Indianapolis Colts here, Gregory Rousseau, again, would be a fantastic option. So the Colts have got some pieces to fill. They got to figure out the quarterback situation, but they also just lost Costanzo, so tackle makes a ton of sense. And I completely forgot the Bengals traded back, so they got some additional compensation. I got the scoop here. So Michael says, traded down with Carolina to get a second, then packaged it with my own to move back up. So that's brilliant. So he used his second-round pick as well as the second-round pick he got to get the same guy he wanted anyways to move up and get Kwity Paye. It's going to be tough to top what the Bengals have done in this draft. Kudos to Michael Johnston here. I mean, super high risk. If you lose Penei Sewell on that, then you're in a lot of trouble. But anyways, the Vikings are on the clock right now with 10 seconds left. They have also moved back up, so we'll see if Billy jumps in the comments and lets us know how and what exactly the plan is for the Vikings. All right, so again, I don't know what the compensation was. Be interested to see how exactly that panned out and how they got to where they are. But it does make a decent amount of sense. I mean, they've got a great edge rusher. They got Michael Pierce coming back in the middle. You add another edge rusher on the other side. It gives you back that defensive identity that people fear. And it's not a terrible team to begin with. The biggest reason they struggle. So the Jets are getting pieces. I was going to say for the Vikings, the biggest reason they struggled is because the defense just wasn't there, and it was because all their pieces. But you get all your pieces back, and you add another piece. You got the offensive dominance, the defensive dominance. You're right back in the hunt for the NFC North, the playoffs, etc. The Jets, obviously, I mean, you scroll up here, you got Justin Fields, and now you add Rondale Moore. I'd have to think about that. Offense clearly, I mean, you clearly need offensive help. Quarterback is not an option, and you're getting Ben back. I know I talked about wide receiver, and I got trashed for that. So offensive line kind of seems to make the most sense for the Steelers. For the Jets, again, Rondale Moore, getting some help for your quarterback. We're just going to get right off the bat, immediately getting help. We're not going to dance around it and let this guy come in here, flounder, and fail, right? We've got a great new head coach, a great new direction. We're super excited. We're moving. Jaguars officially on the clock. AJJ was not here for the first pick, so I don't know if this is about to run out again. It seems like it might. The Jaguars see if they want to go get some help for their man. Who's available here? Kadarius Toney is an option, I suppose. Offensive line. Jalen Mayfield, right tackle, offensive tackle out of Michigan, so we're going to bolster up that offensive line. I don't even dislike the wide receivers. I've just always said about the Jaguars, Panthers not messing around. So the Carolina Panthers lost one of the greatest linebackers of all time, just a fantastic football player. Zaven Collins absolutely broke out. He's one of the few, I think he's like 260 pounds, and the guy is a phenomenal coverage linebacker. I mean, he does it all. I mean, blitzing, run defense, coverage, and he's a big guy. Super talented. You got to worry a little bit because of the whole Tulsa thing. So the Falcons just clearly in full rebuild mode. We got our new quarterback in Zach Wilson. We're going to add in Kadarius Toney. I'm assuming we're hanging on to our wide receiver completely blank. Wide receiver of all time. Can't keep up with this. The Bears select. Everybody's just going crazy with trading back up. The Bears obviously went out and got a piece for wide receiver. We're going to add to that with the offensive line. Again, the Falcons going in full rebuild mode, getting that offense going. We do need a lot of defensive help, which is kind of the problem there. But you see we got a ton of trades and everything else. The Packers now on the clock. Alex Leatherwood, offensive lineman. Davion Nixon makes a lot of sense. Wyatt Davis, you could argue for. Terrace Marshall is a very, very popular pick among Packer fans. We'll see if Justin is in the house and if he's planning on making a pick. That would be my guess would be Terrace Marshall, but it's kind of a fractured thing with Packer fans whether or not we need and how badly we need a wide receiver. But we'll see what Justin / the computer picks here. All right, so Wyatt Davis would make sense. We probably move on from our right tackle. We put Billy Turner at right tackle. Elton Jenkins would then come in, and you would have Buffalo got to bolster that defense. So it was kind of funny. They had a great defense and had a lacking offense, and then they get this dominant offense, but the defense started to slip a little bit. Got to get back to So again, another team busting back in with a trade here. The Patriots missed out on the tight end, Kyle Pitts. Come back in and get Terrace Marshall, though, which seems to be a pretty good, I shouldn't say a good fit because it's not necessarily a good compliment, but it's similar to what they had done in the past, so maybe it's kind of what they're looking for. I'm not entirely sure. Dallas is back on the clock now, so this has gotten out of control with the trades. It probably won't be this crazy if we do 2-3 rounds because obviously if it's a first-round mock, nobody cares, right? We just want the best first round we could possibly get. If you do second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, you start talking about wanting to trade back and getting more compensation and not giving everything away. But this has been an absolute blast. Hooves now with the final pick for the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. It doesn't end properly. It just, the pick is there and that's done. But the Dallas Cowboys select Richie Grant, free safety out of Central Florida. They've been hunting for safeties for a very, very long time, and they get their guy Richie Grant here. That would be my one additional recommendation. We got to close it out in style. So this was a lot of fun. It took 25 minutes to run through this. I think we could rip through probably a 2-round mock. We might do it as early as tomorrow because this was a lot of fun, and I want to do this forever. Yeah, it was really loud. I got to figure out how to turn it down on my computer. I turned it down, and it didn't really change anything. That's why I tried to stop talking when the pick came in because you can't hear anything I say. So I got to figure out on my end. Maybe I got to turn my microphone down. I'm not sure. I don't exactly know what I need to do to make that stop. But, again, this was as good as I could have expected. I thought some people were going to come in and be stupid and make dumb picks and kind of ruin my video and my plans. Everybody here was super serious, did a fantastic job. This was a lot of fun. I love this platform. Walkthemock.com is the website. I'm not kidding. I am willing, depending on how willing my wife is to let me do this every day, to make this a regular thing. Over the weekend, 100%, I plan on doing a longer mock. I don't know if I want to do a full 7-round or not, but I may. I may do a full 7-round mock. If nothing else, maybe we'll do like a 3-round. It doesn't matter. But I appreciate you guys checking it out. We're going to just clock out here. I got some other stuff going on. But please join in walkthemock.com. It is a premium so you can do it for free with the normal simulators. This feature is premium, but you get a month free with, I think the code is FreeFeb. It'll tell you once you go on there what the code is. So you can at least try it out. You can try it out. You can get on these videos. We can hang out, have a great time. You can have your picks streamed on here and everything else. And then if you like it, it's super cheap. It's $5 a month, or you get for the full year $30. It's nothing. It's chump change. So anyways, I got to stop. I don't want to stop talking. I'm having so much fun. This went way too fast. But anyways, I hope you guys will consider it. And also, you have to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification because I'm going to put a link I'm going to create a post on my channel, on the YouTube channel, and it's just going to have the link and say join in. So if you don't want to miss it, you got to have the alert set up so that when I post that, you're going to get a little bing. Here's the link. You're going to click it. You're going to get set up, good to go. So subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification. Let's do it tomorrow, man. Let's do it tomorrow.